All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the TeslaSnek. I know it's been a while, but today we are doing our first video for the channel. This is not my first time using FSD 12. I've used it before if you've been watching the channel for a while. But yeah, this is my first video doing FSD 12 in my own car. And so here we go. All right, so we're taking about a 30-minute drive. Should be interesting. And I'll just be just talking as I think of things along the way. All right, so we're creeping up for this unprotected left turn, though I don't think this is as challenging as Chuck Cook's his stringent testing on the subject, but still. So as you can see, my foot, you can see my foot down there. I am not going to touch the steering wheel the whole way unless I have to. But the car will be fully driving itself. I have not touched the pedals or the steering wheel thus far. Oh, there's a person over there. Sure enough. If you saw the shorts I posted. Oh, now that's interesting. Well, yeah, from time to time, maybe it thought it saw something, or I didn't see anything on the screen. Here's the roundabout. What amazes me is what it can see. Like, it could see that whole roundabout before I could. It's really incredible what it's able to see. All right, handled that fine. Problems there. We are gonna just keep it at the speed limit this whole drive. So, which it automatically does. I don't have the auto set speed offset turned on. Just for reference, I do not have that on. So, but the really cool thing is, I'm sure most of you already know, but in case you don't, the big change with version 12, all the old versions ran off over 300,000 lines of code. It was a heuristics-based system. So it used a neural net for this, for the car to perceive the environment, to map it out. Oh, there we go. And I'm ready to take over at any moment. I can grab the wheel. My foot is ready to hit the brake if need be for any kind of emergency situation. But yeah, the thing with FSD, you always have to pay attention. It's called supervised FSD now. So I think they just changed the name just to make it clear to people, since pretty much everyone, if you have a car that's newer than 2019, or a 2019 car newer when they brought on the hardware 3 FSD computer, which if you saw our video where we went to the Peterson Museum to see the Tesla exhibit there, they had the computer there and like just out on display. That was pretty cool. All right, it's slowing down here, getting in the turn. Nice. Yeah, so far so good. Flawless so far. Oh, there's some joggers here. You can see. Yeah, there they are. But yeah, if you saw the 2 shorts I posted the last couple days with the phantom pedestrian who was following our car everywhere, that was weird. That was interesting, but it was funny. It made for some good content. But anyway, I keep getting distracted. Back to, so it used the neural net. It always used the neural net to show you what it could see, to like map out. I mean, that's amazing. Look at that. But it was still using heuristics. It was still using lines of, I think, C++ code to make decisions. So basically, think of like they would label things. I think they still have a labeling team, I believe. I'm not sure. With the new version 12, I'll have to check on that. If they still need a labeling team for that or not. But basically, humans, well, and also computers as well would help, would label things like a stop sign. Like, so the car could recognize a stop sign. So if it saw a stop sign and recognized it, then it would look to the code, all those lines of code, to figure out what to do. Like, if you see a stop sign, what do you do? And so it had all these lines of instructions, basically, telling the car what to do for certain situations based on what it sees. And that's not what the FSD computer was designed, like optimized for, version 3 and beyond. Now there's version 4. The computers are designed for neural nets, like they're optimized, the processors in there are optimized for neural nets. So using all those lines of code was actually slowing everything down, and they kept reaching local maximums as to, perfect, handled that flawlessly. So they kept reaching local maximums. It would look like, that's why Elon Musk, it's so hard to predict. That's why I think when he would say full self-driving by the end, there was a person, I think, illegally going across there. I don't think they had a white walking symbol for that. But, yeah, the reason why he would always predict, Robotaxi by the end of the year, Robotaxi by the end of the year. When he said that, I believe he truly thought it was true. Like, I don't think he was just lying. I truly believe, like, he explained the thing that people don't understand about this software is that it can be like a vertical trajectory, like the rate of improvement goes vertical, and if it continues to be vertical, if you extrapolate that out, it's gonna get there by this time. But then what would happen is it would improve at a super fast rate and then reach a plateau where it couldn't improve as fast anymore. And so that's what's been throwing those timelines off, is they would do a breakthrough, improvement would skyrocket and be like, oh wow, at this rate we're gonna be there by the end of the year, and then it would plateau. It's like, oh, never mind. So anyways, sorry, but yeah, this is gonna be a pretty rambly video, just so you know ahead of time. But anyway, version 12, the really big change is that it is now end-to-end neural nets. It is all neural nets. So not only the there's a biker over there. Yeah. Not only is this being processed by a neural net, but the decision making is now a neural net. Kind of like ChatGPT. When you're using ChatGPT, think of it that way. When you're using ChatGPT or Grok, Grok is my personal favorite. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Tesla fanboy and I love Elon. Like, I actually do prefer Grok over all the others so far. But with Grok or ChatGPT or any of those that I'm sure a lot of people have used, it's using a neural net to understand what you're asking, and then it's using information off the internet that it has been given access to give you an answer based off just the overall internet and the wealth of knowledge on the internet that it has access to. So in a similar way, decision making with FSD version 12 is done in the same way, but instead of feeding it just texts, like libraries of text of information off the internet, Tesla is feeding it video of drivers. Like video of, oh wow, okay. If you saw that, the light turned yellow, and I think we totally could have made that, but the car decided to not slam on the brakes, but pretty close. So yeah, that was interesting. I personally would have just gone through, no problem. I'm sure we had plenty of time, but that's the thing. That's why you gotta pay attention. Nothing dangerous. Like, the car hasn't done anything dangerous yet. It's just, that was just overly cautious, I would say. And if there was somebody following us closely behind, maybe they would have, if they hadn't been paying attention when the car did that. I mean, if they expected us to just go through, maybe we would have gotten rear-ended there. I'm glad we didn't. Luckily we didn't, so that was interesting. All right, now this is fair. this isn't a much more gradual stop. There we go. Cool. I'm just amazed, like, it can see those cars way over there. Well, you can't see them because I'm using the wide angle lens on my Pixel 8 Pro to record this video, but it's not quite wide enough to catch that over there. Yeah, speaking of which, with the Pixel 8 Pro, I was debating whether I should do the what's it called? The video booster, the new video booster mode, where it uploads it back up to Google Photos and then optimizes the video for you. But then I remembered you can only use video boost mode in 10-minute chunks. Like, you can't. This is a 30-minute. This is probably going to end up being about a 30-minute video. So, oh, I just noticed the windshield's starting to fog up a little bit. So I'm going to turn on the defogger for you guys. I still haven't touched the steering wheel or the pedals. I have not touched the steering wheel or the pedals yet. Haven't had to yet. The car hasn't made any mistakes that would have required me to take over yet. It's just been a little, so far, just been a little more cautious. Oh, there's a new Model 3. The new ones. Those are really nice. I do plan to trade this car in for the new performance model, which we have seen now. Tesla hasn't officially unveiled it yet, but there's already some pretty good pictures of it online. Like, Tesla, I don't think they cared at that point if people saw it. Alright, here's this car here. Nicely handled. So the version 11 for that car would have been way too probably would have slammed on the brakes for that car, but now version 12, you know, predicted could tell by their speed and their direction that they were going to be out of the way in time. So, all right, that's good. Windshield is all cleared up. But yeah, that's the thing. This learns now just by watching video of good drivers. Obviously, you don't want to feed it video of bad drivers. Oh, let's see if it shows up the dog here. No. Oh, it did. It did. For a second, it did show the dog. You could see a little 3D model of a dog with that person. They were walking their dog. All right, let's see if it turns right on red here, or we got a green arrow. It will turn right on red. Apparently, it can read the signs. It can read the signs. So if you come up to a red light and there's a sign that says no turn on red, it won't turn. But if there is no sign, it will turn. So that's pretty cool. It can read signs, at least some of them. I mean, we've known for a while it can read speed limit signs. But yeah, basically, so what Tesla does, and this is where Dojo comes in, the Dojo computer. Right now, Tesla is using Dojo and NVIDIA chips. And by the way, I'm a huge NVIDIA fan. Like, I've built my gaming computers, and I've always used NVIDIA. Always use NVIDIA. I love their GPUs are the best. What I really like about them over the AMD chips, because I did have an AMD chip, an AMD GPU a long time ago, and I didn't build that computer. Oh, let's see if it shows the dog. Could you see the dog? Never saw the dog. No, it was a small dog, so. But what was I gonna say? Yeah. So what I noticed once I switched from AMD to NVIDIA, when I did have an AMD card for a while, this was a long time ago, so maybe they've improved since then. But I didn't like their software as far as like keeping the GPU updated. It didn't get updates as often. I like how NVIDIA, they're constantly improving their GPUs. Like, you constantly are getting new driver updates that improve everything, which is really awesome. Oh, okay. That was interesting. The light turned yellow, the car put on the brakes a little bit and then decided, I'm just going to go through it. Which is fine. I mean, I wouldn't have tapped the brakes, I would have just gone through it. So that was, it seems like it is a little, yellow lights make it hesitant. But yeah, I mean, overly cautious is better than being dangerously aggressive. So I mean, you know, they're playing it safe. But version 12 is much, much more aggressive than version 11 was, which is a good thing. Like, the car drives, as a result, the car drives more smoothly in situations. Like, it's a lot more comfortable, which, as I've heard other people say on the subject, is really important. That's actually the most important thing, is that FSD needs to feel comfortable to the user. But yeah, nice merge there onto the freeway. That's funny, it was showing that orange sign as a cone there for a second. But let's see, 55, yeah. So it's sustaining. It said maintaining speed to stay with traffic. That's good. Now, here's one piece of improvement I would suggest. Now, what it did right there was perfect. Like, we are coming up on this car. They're driving slower than the speed limit, so it changed lanes to get around them. What I wish it would do, especially when I'm just going the speed limit, like right now, that food truck up there might be going slower. Yeah, I think it is, so never mind. But if that food truck wasn't there, I wish that after passing people, it would move back over to the right. I've never seen it do that unless it's moving. It'll move over to the right, obviously, for an upcoming exit off the freeway. But yeah, I wish it would get back over, because it'll make speed-based lane changes to the left to get around slower people, and then once it gets in that lane, it stays there. It'll just stay there. It'll never move back over to the left, and so I'll get people who want to go faster. Like, I typically drive in the slower lane, because I typically drive the speed limit. Typically, I usually just go 65, which is the secret, one of the secrets to my efficiency. So I haven't changed my this trip computer for almost 5,000 miles now. And I've been averaging 223. This is a performance car, remember. This is a 2022 Tesla Model 3 Performance. I do have 19-inch wheels. Go watch my videos about my wheels and tires. Last year we drove to Tesla Takeover. So we drove from San Diego to San Luis Obispo for Tesla Takeover on a single charge. That's 330 miles. And before you ask, no, we were not going downhill the whole time. I'll explain how I know that for sure. Because, and we were not going like 55 miles per hour and drafting behind semi-trucks the whole time. I set the cruise control, the autopilot. I used the autopilot basically the whole way. I set it to 65, the speed limit. And that's it. I just set it to 65, put on autopilot, and just left it the whole way there. And we got 219 watt hours per mile there and back. So that's how I know it wasn't, it was just all downhill on the way there. Well, if that's true, then how did we get 219 watt hours per mile coming back as well? That means that it pretty much, like, that was that was insane to me. We drove from our house in Chula Vista all the way to San Luis Obispo, 330 miles, and got 219 watt hours per mile in a 2022 Performance Model 3. I mean, that's the thing I love about this car. It's a car that's capable of doing 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and a quarter mile in about 11.4 seconds, and yet it's super efficient. It's very, very efficient. Like more efficient than some of the most efficient EVs out there, which is insane. Now, obviously, Lucid, they've got some impressive technology where, I mean, their cars are even faster than this, and yet just as efficient, if not more efficient, which is impressive. They are more expensive cars, so I could get 2 Model 3 Performances for the price of 1 Lucid, so there is that. When you're charging that much for a car, and yet they're still losing money despite charging that much for a car, and they're still not profitable. But when you're charging that much for a car, you can theoretically afford to put more advanced technology in there for efficiency. Like, you can use more exotic materials, like silicon carbide inverters and stuff, which this has, by the way. This does have silicon carbide inverters. I think that is one of the hardware differences between this and a regular dual motor like my dad's. My dad has a 2022 just regular dual motor. He has not unlocked the acceleration boost. He's not interested in fast driving. But yeah, and in our very first video, our five-way efficiency test, his car on the route we did matched its EPA range. It got 360 miles of range based on our calculations, and this car, based on the same calculations, got 340. So back to the Tesla takeover drive, that was insane. So 219 watt hours per mile, the whole drive there and the whole drive back, 330 miles. And we got there with 0% and then got home with 0%. And I have video evidence of this on my channel. Go look at the San Luis Obispo Tesla takeover playlist. And that was incredible. Getting 219 both ways, driving 330. And like I said, we got there and back with 0%. So that means there was about another 10 miles of range below 0%, because these cars do have a buffer. So yeah, 330 plus 10 is 340. It matched what our early testing said it would do, which is pretty amazing. Let's see. We're going to be there in 11 minutes. I have still not had to touch the steering wheel once. Like, it's done really well so far. I've only had to tap this to just let the car know that I'm still here, which I eventually hope they get rid of that, because the camera here also monitors your eye movement. Oh man, the sun's getting in my eyes. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on. There we go. Now that's a truck right there. Oh, there we go. Now it's recognizing it as a truck. It's pretty good. But yeah, so the efficiency of this car is amazing. I have 19-inch Aero wheels from Aftermarket EV, and I have the Nokian One all-season tires. They have low rolling resistance, so that helps too. And then they also have an 80,000 mile warranty, which is nice. Treadwear warranty. But I've been using this every day since I got it on Sunday to drive to work, and at the UTC mall selling electric cars and educating people on electric cars. That's my job, by the way. I finally got my dream job, which is awesome. But the only downside is before, when I was a substitute teacher, I had a lot more free time. Every time the kids get out for spring break, fall break, winter break, like, I'd get weeks of time off, and that gave me a lot more time for video editing. So that's why the channel has slowed down since I got my dream job, educating people about EVs at the UTC Mall in La Jolla. But no, I love my new job. But yeah, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, the channel has suffered a little bit because of it. I just have a lot less time for video editing. I am planning on, did a really good interview at Tesla Takeover with the CEO of the new Aero, the guys who do these other Aero wheels, not the ones I have, but they're just they're beautiful, they're elegant, really elegant looking. And I did a really good interview with him because I really believe there need to be more Aero wheel options. Like, that's the thing that really annoys me. Like T-Sport, there was a YouTube channel that's very popular in the Tesla FSD space. He did a video about, I got lighter wheels from T-Sport line, and I can't remember if he said they sponsored the video. It wouldn't surprise me. But I'm just getting really sick and tired of seeing people say, just get lighter wheels from T-Sport line or somewhere else and your range will be improved. Yes and no. As I covered in my wheels and tires video, you'll get better range in the city where you're stopping and going a lot. You'll get much better range there with lighter wheels. But unless the wheels are also aerodynamic, they gotta have both. They gotta be lighter and aerodynamic. Unless the wheels are aerodynamic, you're not gonna get really better range on the freeway, where you're just at a constant speed for long swaths of time. You're not going to, which is where it really matters the most. Most people want to have long freeway range for road trips and stuff. Like, that's where it really matters. People don't really care about city range, because especially if you can charge at home, you know, you're going to be starting every day with 80-90% on your EV, and it's that's more than enough range for most people for just normal everyday driving just around town, around your hometown. And for that, yes, lighter wheels are going to make a difference, but if your commute involves a lot of freeway driving, or just for road trips, long distance driving, you need aero wheels. Aero wheels make the biggest difference at higher speeds. And so, yeah, I don't really see anyone else. There's very few other people posting about this, like making videos about this. Yep, there we go. I figured it would go around this slow car. I don't have any complaints, though, on this drive. It's been really good. No complaints whatsoever, other than those couple cautious brakings for those yellow lights back at the beginning, but this has been flawless. I really believe the Robotaxi it's coming, because the new version 12, the thing about it is that it's going to improve at a much faster rate, because now they don't have to write thousands of lines of code anymore. They literally just have to show it videos of people driving their Teslas, good drivers, and just give it examples of good driving behavior, and it will just learn from that. It can just adaptively learn from watching how other drivers drive and then emulate that. That's the incredible part. So literally all you have to do to make this better, for the most part, is just feed it video. Feed it video of good driving, and it will become a better driver as it watches more and more video. And that's where Tesla has a huge advantage. Every single Tesla out there, I think they just sold their 2 millionth car. There's now over 2 million cars, Teslas, out in the wild just driving around. And every single one of those is collecting video, is collecting that video that Tesla can use. They have billions of miles of driving data that they can feed to the Dojo and NVIDIA supercomputers that they have for learning. So I think version 12 is it. I think this is going to be the version that really improves. They need to add, which I know they're working on and it's coming soon, they need to add the ability for the car to reverse, so it can do like 3-point turns and stuff. It still can't do that, but that, according to Elon, that's coming very soon. They're adding that very soon. The other thing, which is really annoying because I don't have one of the newest cars that doesn't have ultrasonic sensors. So at first I was confused when I entered a parking lot for the first time after downloading this. I was like, hey, how come all the parking spots aren't all lined up, showing up as like squares or rectangles I can tap on so I can park in any of them? It's only the cars that don't have the ultrasonic sensors that have that. And also the, what's it called? When you're driving at low speeds, the newer cars can show your surroundings similar to this, which is really cool. It's kind of in place of a 360-degree camera, and perfect. What is it called? The perception something. I don't remember. I could Google it using the built-in browser, but I won't bother. Yeah, so cars that don't have that, they are going to bring that to cars with ultrasonic sensors eventually, they said, but I don't know when. I really would like that. It's a really cool feature. But yeah, the car can self-park. It can self-park, but it cannot do that. I have used the self-parking. That's another improvement. They said it's going to get better. The self-parking, they're going to make it faster. I just saw that in the news. Alright, well, we're almost there. 3 minutes away. So we got some more city driving. Obviously, the freeway driving is kind of boring. So, you know, if you sat through that listening to my rambling, Thank you for for watching, and I'm not signing off yet, but I'm just thanking all my viewers. Thank you for being patient and staying subscribed. There will be more content. That video with the interview about the wheels, that should be coming soon. I shouldn't have to edit that much. Should be just pretty much like maybe edit it a little bit and then just throw it up on the channel. But oh, and then next week, like I said in my April Fool's post on my channel, is next week, and that part wasn't April Fool's, by the way. On Friday, I'm going to Chuckwalla Raceway with some buddies of mine. Gonna be racing. They're coming. They're racing too. We're all gonna be racing together. As you know, I've gone to Tesla Corsa twice, racing with other Teslas. This will be my first non-Tesla track event, so I'm excited for this. This will be fun. It'll be my first time going with friends. Last time I went with my wife, and of course she's my best friend. But it'll be my first time going with the guys, you know, my car buddies. So, and she'll be coming too. The wife will be coming too. And we'll be driving up Thursday night, and we'll be using camp mode. We'll be sleeping in the car using the test mat, the Tesla mattress from TestMat. And yeah, and then we'll hopefully get some good sleep, wake up in the morning, and do some racing. So that'll be fun. But let's see, I'm trying to think. We're coming to the end of the drive here. If there's anything else I should let you guys know about. I did a really fun video with my my brother-in-law Joseph. We drove up to LA about a month ago, and that was a pretty good video. They got some really good footage there. That one's gonna take a lot of editing though. We're gonna do it together. He's gonna come over and we're gonna edit it together, because that was a fun video we did together. Yeah, I just went up there just to hang out, explore. Yeah, so that's an upcoming video. Hopefully that'll come out soon when I find the time to do some editing with him, and so he can come down. But yeah, this has been a flawless drive. No, I have not had to intervene once. The car, that's a nice old truck there. But I have not had to do any emergency takeovers. No, I have not touched the pedals at all since this video began, or the steering wheel. I've only just tapped this to when it asks, like, "Are you paying attention?" But yeah, I think the Robotaxi's gonna be here soon, guys. Elon said August 8th, which I guess, according to Sawyer Merritt, the 8 is the lucky number in the Chinese. It's the Chinese lucky number, and it's the year of the dragon, so I guess that's why he chose that date specifically. Now this was a little... Alright, let's see what it does here. I wish it had gotten over more before slowing down. Oh, here we go. It was a little hesitant there, but no, it handled that fine. Let's see. Is it gonna go into the... Oh, no, it's not. It's not gonna go into the parking lot. Alright, well. Disabled. Alright, well, I guess this will be it. Signing off. And yeah, hopefully see you soon. Oh, there's the wife's car. Alright. Talk to you later.